Well, I would say the highlight of the time I've been with Casey and the presidency, probably the thing that stands out to me was being able to see how the community and how the governmental officials work together via our influence to address issues such as housing, workforce issues, quality of life centers, all as part of a major strategy to help improve the economy of the Columbus area. So to me, being able to watch that machine work under Casey's leadership was tremendous.
It's been my distinct pleasure to work with Casey over the years in three very different settings. Being a former chairman of the board of directors of the Columbus Area Chamber of Commerce, we worked diligently to develop and implement many plans to keep Columbus the successful Chamber of Commerce that it had been throughout all the years. Through those years, though, there were two characteristics that I think were very important. One being as a community knowledge. Casey had a distinct advantage of understanding how the community was developed and how it was made strong, and worked very, very hard to continue those aspects. And second of all, as a communicator, Casey had the distinct advantage of having an open door, and no matter where a person came from, what walk of life, Casey made sure that they were felt welcome and common goals could be achieved.
Well, I've been extremely privileged over the years to work with Casey on numerous community initiatives. I don't know of anyone better at leadership than Casey Belitz. A particular project that's through the Drive for Five initiative here in Columbus. He was the one that thought about how we could put that all together, ask people to bring forth some resources to make that happen.
I would say the highlight to my presidency with Casey was a community branding effort. Spent a lot of time, trying to figure out, how do we show the accomplishments of Columbus. Thought it turned out great, the Something Good brand, that we've been using for the past 3 or 4 years now.
The highlight of my presidency working with Casey Belitz was the construction of the new chamber building. And I remember sitting at the old chamber building looking at the decay that was discovered in some areas, and a conversation centering around whether there was actually something called load-bearing paint that might be applied to the walls to hold that thing together. So I think at that point it kind of gelled the idea that we needed to find a new home that could represent the city of Columbus.
It was quite a unique situation. It was a long time coming. And Casey was a natural leader for that. He leads with wisdom, and he is a great steward of the Chamber's money. And so that was a great combination just for that leadership role on that committee. One of my favorite parts of being on the building committee was when we decided who should be the contractor. And there were several contractors that are members of the chamber. So how do you pick one? And so it was brought up, why don't we ask them all to work together? And that idea was unheard of. It dropped a lot of jaws, and it worked. They all said yes, and they all decided that we should work together. And because it is a chamber building and it's for the community. And that was really a highlight for me, and I think for Casey, that we made that happen and come together.
The thing that I found remarkable about working with Casey throughout his whole time is that year after year he has this passion for the community. He always said, it's about the work. So I found it remarkable, and I really do appreciate what Casey did for Columbus, all around the community. And it's very rare to find that balance between somebody that can communicate well, get along with all types of people, have 800 plus members, but yet still have this passion to really want to go back year after year and actually do more things for the community. That's hard to find.
One of my favorite quotes of Casey is, "We won't know until we ask." And I've learned that, and that was one of the great lessons that he's taught me and has given me in life. Whether it's a donation or someone to help you, and people in this community are so willing to help, they're so giving.
And the thing that I always found kind of funny about Casey, and the guys joked about it, he had this passion for the community, but we think he drank 2-3 pots of coffee every day, so maybe that was something behind how he could get so engaged. He every day, I think every time you seen him, he had a cup of coffee, and no matter what time of day, so maybe that helped in his passion too.
So Casey, some of the funniest moments I remember together, our time on the board, always have to involve the Christmas parties that at that time we hosted inside the homes of the board chairs. I was at the Rick Shohan house when someone spilled a glass of red wine on a white carpet in the basement, and the crowd gathered around as though there were a horrific auto accident. And then when we drew attention to the homeowner, everybody dispersed as though nothing had happened.
I just want to thank you. You are Columbus's biggest fan. I don't see that changing with your new position. You always want what's best for Columbus, and you want the community to grow and prosper. I want to personally thank you for your friendship, your support, and for asking me, I don't know how many years ago it was, to volunteer. That changed my life. Thank you, Casey.
Hi Casey, congratulations on your new role with the Nebraska Community Foundation. Want to thank you so much for all of your work that you've done for Columbus through the Chamber over the many years, all of the years that I've been in Columbus actually. I have always appreciated your mentorship and your help whenever I've reached out from the time I started my first business in Columbus through the business that I'm now currently involved in. You've always been a sounding board and advocate for things that we've needed to do in the community. You've brought so many great programs and projects into our community, and you've pushed the agenda of the city of Columbus as though it were your own, and you've had great success.
And I just want to thank Casey for everything he's done. He has made a huge impact to this community in such positive ways, and I just want to wish him the very best in his future endeavors.
With that in mind, Casey, we wish you the very, very best, and on behalf of the community, congratulations.